Hello everyone, I'm Tim from Tim's PC, and I build custom PCs to suit anyone's needs or budget. Also live stream my builds and repairs for transparency and educational purposes. So if you would like to get an awesome new PC and you'd like to see it put together live, send me a message today. Alrighty, so we've got a little bit of stuff on tonight. We've got a repair first up, and then we're going to be putting together a PC to use in an arcade gaming machine. So it's going to basically just run a heap of old games and stuff like that. So yeah, it's gonna be more than what he needs to run it, but it will hopefully mean it will last a bit longer for him and stuff, because it's got higher spec hardware than what he needs to run the games that it's going to play. So
isn't it for like shooter games mostly?
Mostly,
like
yeah,
old
yeah.
Things like maybe like something like Doom, like old Doom.
Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah. He did send me a list. I can't remember. Yeah. Anyway, but first up we got this PC. So customer bought me this one. Basically said it started like shutting down on him, and while he's gaming. So yeah, he's had it for a few years. It was built by Umart. It looks relatively decent for what it is from its age and stuff like that. If you're wondering, this has got an MSI Z170 Gaming Pro motherboard, and what looks like I'll tell you in a second. This is what's this? What's the model number? I'm assuming it's like a 1080 or something like that, by the looks of things. 1080 8GB or something. Anyway, we'll find that out when we turn it on. So, like, just on the surface, not seeing anything too concerning. Obviously, not a lot of room for cable management in this case, so a lot of things are just sort of plugged in. But yeah, we'll turn it on. We'll see what we can find out with this thing. So right now we're sort of just trying to recreate the problem, so I can actually have a look and see what the problem is. Because other than giving this PC the customary blowout and stuff for the excess dust and a quick wipe down, I have not turned this PC on, so I've got no idea what the actual situation is with it. We'll plug in display cable, make sure it's plugged in all the way, unlike the other night.
Tim?
Yep.
Tim says hi to you, Chris. How are you?
Hey man, how you going?
Not too bad. Happy New Year.
Yes, Happy New Year. Well, it's getting that way.
I'm sure there's some fireworks going off right now for the kiddos. It's around that time.
Alright. Do you want to share the screen with everyone? Okay. So far so good. Booting into Windows. It's always a plus. Going to plug in some internet. And it's going to adjust to the new setup. Okay. So I want to independently recreate the problem. So I'm actually going to install another app here to do the testing. And we're going to see what we see. Where are you? The go-to. The standard. The classic. It's easy, breezy, Mac Deluxe. Alrighty. We'll also get
Furmark?
no, not Furmark. I don't usually like to use Furmark on older things. It's just pretty intensive. Not that this card should be a problem, but just a general rule. Yeah.
Mick says happy new year.
Hey Mick, happy new year to you too.
Hope you're staying safe and away from the crowds.
Yeah, stay away from the crowds, everyone. Well, hopefully everyone who's watching tonight is hopefully playing it safe.
We're all nerds and staying.
Yeah, everyone's pretty. Yeah. If you're not a nerd, you're probably one of the smarter ones. Mm-hmm. Okay, so we're just going to run Heaven here. We're going to log some temperatures in the background. Actually, I might even run it in windowed mode because I wouldn't mind seeing that as an overlay while I run it.
Sounds like there's maybe a hair cord fan somewhere.
I'll just get a little bit of light under there. I'm not hearing anything out of place with the card, but the rad's a bit dirty.
Yeah, I can see dust on these fans.
I'd say just because I've given it a quick blowout, it's probably a lot better than it was. So I may have actually solved the problem.
Yeah.
But I'm still seeing it running at 70 degrees now, and we're only like a third of the way through Heaven, and we've got the case up there.
I can't really feel too much air moving in there. It feels pretty warm.
All right.
There's parts of the fans that I can't feel any. Like.
Yeah, no. That they're. Yeah, they're running. They are running.
I didn't mean to touch it. I was just trying to feel the hair underneath it. Touch it.
Whoop. Here we go. Here we go. Is that just this cable though? I don't think so. Alright, there we go. Let me... Where is my trusty... Okay, so we're still getting that same behaviour. Oh God, it's not looking very good. I think we're just overheating on the card though. Yeah, we're gonna hard reset this. Or soft reset, I should say. Stop. That's not a good thing. Oh, we got some artifacts. Oh, there's some green dots. There's a little bit of artifacting. There's some
like that.
Yeah.
Yep, and that.
Yep. So this is not a good sign for our graphics card.
Does it mean maybe the card might be on its way out?
Probably.
Or is it just
It's probably.
overheating?
Oh, it can be. It can be both. So we could probably get a little bit of extra life out of this card potentially if we get the fans tuned. Maybe we can give it a go. There's not much we can do at this point when we're getting symptoms
But
like
the
this.
fans do need a really good clean.
Ooh,
as
look at
well.
that.
Ugh. Reminds me of steak.
Alright, just give this a second.
How old is this car?
Oh, this will be 5 years. Oh, it's well out of warranty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's not what I wanted to know. I just
Oh.
wanted to know how old it was.
Oh no, it's 5+ years old. Let's find out exactly what card this is. No, this is a Radeon 390. Let's restart. So this looks like it'll be a pretty quick repair.
It's a bit shit.
Mm-hmm. I'd say it's just been cooking.
Yeah. Ooh. It's kind of pretty though. Oh, it's worse than before.
Mm-hmm. I'm assuming because it's getting
Definitely reminds me of static on the TV from when I was
getting hotter. And for some reason,
And it's not after that, I don't know.
excellent.
Now what?
Well, now we'll go in and we'll try and fix that install of MSI Afterburner.
Tim?
Yeah.
Darren on YouTube says hi.
Hey Darren, how you going?
That's a good one. Says he's stuck
And then some spam.
Stupid spam. You should have bought some private copies when you fix things. Good to know. Maybe. So I don't want to clean that shit up.
Okay. Yeah.
Nick wants to know latest driver.
Nick wants to know latest. Yeah, we'll try. We're gonna work our way through all that.
And Dylan says, "Hey guys, that's my PC." Hey Dylan.
Hey Dylan, how you going?
Hope you're having a happy New Year and staying safe.
Alright. Okay. So I'm going to start this up. We've got a custom fan curve there. We will, there's the Radeon software right here. I'm pretty sure we should be.
Like doing my head in. Ew.
It's very temperamental. I'm not seeing anything on my screen. There we go. I can click install. Or maybe not. Okay, so we do have an upgrade there because it's unable to access the required web resources.
Is it not connected to the internet?
Where are we? Where is Windows Security?
Nah, he's not. Dylan wants to know, are you going to charge me £1 rates for this? No. Maybe if Tim gets bigger, he'll start charging penalty rates for people.
Oh, penalty rates. No penalty rates. No.
Oh jeez. Talking about rate per hour and time and a half. Oh crap.
Yeah, no.
Maybe it is.
What's going on here? But didn't I turn off? Oh no. Okay, now let's see if it'll play for me. Well, you can obviously connect to the internet because it can work out what it needs to install.
Yeah.
But no, I'm still getting
It's
that
like,
that error. It's not the most reliable installer, to be completely honest. Yeah. Oh god. Get all that, and then we'll just do a restart on it. Make sure everything's okay. Yeah.
And then also is the GPU could
Yeah. It's not looking too good.
Anthony wants to know what GPU does it run.
It's got a Radeon 390, I think it was.
Yeah. 300, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll make sure it's definitely rooted, basically. And we'll see. You know, it might be on its way out, but maybe we can extend its life a little bit. And then this screen pops up, and I'm just like completely lose all my faith in what I'm saying. Okay. And that could have been what was. We may have done some permanent damage there, but we'll give it a go.
Oh, I'll get it for you. Where's the keys? Do you have keys? That's probably something like that.
No, they're on the chair there. For the cat. Yeah. Um,
There's something wrong with your thing. It's working now.
It's working now? Yeah, alright.
I think.
I think we're back on track. Okay, and we're back to this with the reboot with the new drivers. Let's just check to see if there's anything to do with the BIOS, but I think we know what the problem is with this one at this stage. We had a 939 BIOS update. Installing any custom BIOSes. Doesn't look like there is. Oh, hang on, this is an MSI Gaming X. It's no, doesn't look like it.
Is it too old or something?
Huh?
Is it too old or something?
No, there's just no BIOS updates for it. It might not. There's not always a BIOS update for it. It's only if they've got something to fix.
Okay, fair enough.
Motherboards, much more things can go wrong with a motherboard, so there's more BIOS updates for them. Whereas a graphics card is sort of a self-contained unit.
Yeah.
Less can go wrong with it. You're not plugging all this random shit into it. Okay, well, it's looking pretty bad for this.
Should I start digging the grave?
I think it's pretty much where we're going to be at. So let's get this working hard, and let's see what it does.
She's gonna die.
Huh? Oh. You can see it, right?
Yeah.
I'm not the only one who can make it out. Like I'm looking at it on a 4K screen, so 1080 over 4K. It's really visible to me.
Just
Yeah.
That's pretty bad. Like, it plays the game, but
Yeah, unfortunately, there's no amount of cleaning is gonna take it back.
she's dead.
I think you'll be able to get it to run. I don't know. Well, we're not really gonna test that out. So realistically, the best thing for this is just to chuck a new graphics card out and sell it. Or sell it without a graphics card for someone. Yeah. Yeah, look, I'd say the fan tune is going to get it to run, but it's not going to be good.
This is just not.
We shut her down. Have we seen all that we need to see at this stage? I think we have.
It needs a new graphics card, dude. I'm sorry, but
No, Dylan pretty much knows he needs a new graphics card.
Tim, Peter's here and says happy new year to you both.
Hey Peter, Happy New Year.
Hope 2022 is a little bit better than 2021.
Oh, it's gotta be.
See.
It's gotta be. 2021 was better than 2020.
Yeah, I guess.
Alright, well, it is all up to date as much as we can. It is all cleaned out. The fans are tuned, but unfortunately this artifacting problem is not going to go away. Yeah. Yep, I've put like a I'll put like an RX 6600 in here or something.
Yeah, that'd be pretty good.
That'd be ideal for it. Let's get this out of the way. And now we'll move on to our actual new PC build. So I got one of these cases, just as cheap as the cheap generic case that I use for people who really do not need a cool case. So I just, considering it was the same price, I was like, yeah, I'm just going to put it in this case. This will be a better case to build in. It'll be neater, not that anyone's going to see this computer. And we need ourselves a CPU and a motherboard. So this rig here is going to have an i3 with a 1650, 16 gigs of RAM and dual channel, a hard drive, 2 terabytes and a 500 gigabyte SSD. It's going to have this 650 watt power supply, so graphics card and whatnot can be upgraded over time. So it's going to be an ideal build to stick inside a unit and run console games off. So happy days. And yeah, everything's all under warranty and all that, brand new everything. So
Honestly surprised it's lasted this long.
yeah, no, it's done well. How old exactly is it? How long have you had that PC? How long ago did you might build it for you? I'd be interested to know. I'm looking at it going, it's at least 5 years old. Would I be about right? Is that about ballpark correct?
Yeah, pretty much. And then it says I think
4.5, 5 years, yeah, it's about that age. I'm just going on the components that are in there, like what graphics card it was, etc. Alrighty. So let's have a look at this motherboard. So this is a little bit different. So this board was on special at a really, really good price, and that's why we've got this one. So we've got 12 pins of CPU power, not that we're going to need it. We've got our LGA 1200 socket there. Got a sneaky fan header up here. Our 4 slots for memory, so dual channel, 4 slots. Another fan header here, a 5 volt, 12 volt RGB header, 24 pin ATX power, the main power for our motherboard. We've got 2 vertically orientated SATA ports and a vertically orientated USB 3, and another sneaky fan header back here. Then we've also got these 2 horizontally orientated SATA ports there. Down the bottom here we've got our front panel connections in the corner, so for our power and reset button. We've got our our diagnostic speaker header, we've got our trusted platform module header, we've got another sneaky fan header. Then we've got, is that a clear CMOS? It's clear CMOS pins there, these 2. Then we've got another USB 3, 2 USB 2s. Looks like Sony Philips digital interface, these 3 here. Not to be confused with the 3 next to it, which are the 5 volt RGB. That's for the M2 Wi-Fi, it's the NBI Wi-Fi. It's not a light, it's a sticker over the screen.
From this angle, I was like,
You thought it was a light. No, anyway, so that's a 5 volt RGB header, 12 volt RGB header. We've got another fan header and our front panel audio connections there. And then around the back for our rear I/O, we've got our audio, we've got 2 USB 3.2s and 4 USB 3s. We've got a HDMI port there which won't be in use, and we've got an Ethernet port there as well. And then that just brings us this stuff in the center here. So we've got another sneaky fan header over here, M2 slot there, CNBI Wi-Fi slot, and another M2 slot down the bottom. We've also got our PCIe X16 slot, got our CMOS battery there, got a little X1 slot, a little Thunderbolt slot there, and this bottom one here is an actual X4 slot. So normally you hear me say that, oh, this slot here is X16 length, but it's only connected X4 at the way along, and my finger normally ends about here. That's exactly what I'm talking about. That is a legitimate X4 slot. It's open-ended, so you could stick a full-size card in there, but it would only function in X4 mode, obviously. And then, obviously, under here is where our chipset lives, so the Z590 in this case.
I like the shape of it.
Yeah, the heat sinks on the MOSFET VRM co-processors. Yeah, they look pretty good. They're not like the bolted-in kind. They're the clipped-in kind. So be a little bit careful with them. Okay, so let's get started. So we'll start with our CPU since it's the first thing in my hand. Alrighty. So this has got one of the crappy coolers. I'm going to put that to the side, and instead we're going to use a better cooler, which is one of these black ones. First up, we'll get our CPU in the socket, which is probably the most delicate part of an Intel PC build. It's because of all the delicate pins in the socket. What's up? Yeah, it's a nice looking board, man, and yeah, really good price.
It's actually pretty good. I actually really like this one. It's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
It's not too flashy, but it's still nice.
Yeah. It's got all the right features. I don't know if I'd really want to put like an i7 or an i9 on this particular motherboard, but for everything else, yeah, no worries. It was a good price as well, so.
How much was this for?
I got this for like 125.
Not too bad.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Next we'll do our memory.
Do you want this?
No, it should be right. Just leave it there. Okay. So it's always good to install 2 sticks instead of just one, because the CPU can talk to 2 at the same time. Alrighty, so now we've just got our M2 drive. So we've got a WD one here, so we can use a Acronis True Image to make clones of this drive nice and easy. And with a WD drive, you can use Acronis free. Yeah.
Not putting an i7 plus on, but for an
i3 or i5, or even like a i7F, maybe. That's the borderline. Alright, so what have we got left? A hard drive, graphics card, power supply. Easy. So let's get this glass panel off. We don't really need a glass panel for this. It's not really a PC that's going to go on show. But this will come in handy on the flip side of the transaction when the customer goes to sell the PC. So that'll probably be in 5+ years time, right? And I guarantee pretty much everyone will expect a glass side panel on a PC case for gaming in 5 years time. That'll just be a standard. So may as well invest in it right now. That's the one thing that a lot of people forget about when they buy things, is there is always a point where you will go to resell that item. And a lot of people forget about that when they buy something in the first place. Sweet. Get this hard drive put away. hard drive installed, graphics card up here for now, and hook in power supply. Yeah.
Finished.
Oh. I got other stuff to do. It's New Year's Eve. I've totally got a life. Shh. Totally do.
Yeah, we've totally got a party that we're going to after this.
Yeah, totally. Totes.
Oh gosh, I haven't had that for a while.
Totes.
Who says that anymore?
No one. That's kind of the point.
Tim.
Yeah.
Tim says, Tim, you have my permission to replace parts and get the rig running at the 1500 if possible.
Yep. Yeah, no worries. We can sort that out. Yeah, I'm thinking putting like a $700 graphics card in it. Then it will basically run all your modern games and stuff like that. And then yeah, you can easily sell it for $1,500 then. Ah. Yeah, well, apparently there's going to be a shitload of cases after tonight, apparently. That's what people are predicting.
Especially in the city. Just to me a little bit silly. They shouldn't be doing that.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Lucky for me, I'll be playing Pokemon cards.
Ah, Pokemon cards.
I could get some hollers. Or holographics, I should say.
Oh. That pin doesn't matter. Oh, one of the Molex pins came out, but it wasn't one of the cables. It wasn't one of the pins in use. So I was like, that doesn't even matter.
Anthony says hopefully get something nice, but the problem is I've got chance. I wasn't really getting too much. Pokemon cards. It's always cool.
Yeah. so we don't need any of these PCIe cables. We can stack them down there. Sweet as. So now, it's a lot more simple to plug everything in. CPU, motherboard, and everything else. Alrighty, I'm going to put this graphics card box down here. I'm going to put the motherboard on that. Oh wait, I've already got it all out. Oh, look at that. I need to give myself a bit more credit, I think. Okay. As for our offsets, well, you better believe we need to put more offsets in. Probably one of the most annoying things is having to put the offsets in basically every case.
Every case is different, huh?
Yeah,
We'll have to get over
but
that
the
bridge.
the average form factor motherboard that is sold is not something that changes. That is all looking pretty good. I'll sort this now quickly. It's a lot easier to do this. Yeah.
Brad on YouTube says hello.
Hey Brad, how you going? Good to have you with us here on New Year's Eve. A bit of fun.
Humane Sloth says hi.
Hey Humane Sloth. Haven't seen you for a while. How you been? Okay.
I really like this case for a budget case. It's really cool.
It's a nice budget case, yeah. Definitely give them some good points for that. And their other one,
Yeah,
the one
the,
that's the other one down there
yeah,
at
that
our
one.
feet. It's a good one as well.
I can't think of the name of it, but yes. It's the one that has the RGB around the ports on the side.
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to install 2 SATA cables here. So we only require like 1 straight away, but I'm going to install the other one just so it's there ready to go. Yeah.
Says looking forward to the build tonight, mate. We'll be intermittently watching whilst binging Witcher and Cobra Kai with the family. Says there's two little girls and him will be putting the PC to good use as a light gun gaming system.
Oh, yep.
Eventually be put into an arcade cabinet.
Yep. Oh well,
Nice.
they'll definitely get some good use out of this. It'll get you playing any modern game.
Tim,
Yeah.
He-Man stuff says good things. I'm halfway to buy myself a PC.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it's a big investment, but they last a while, and if you do things right, you can get a lot of value out of them.
What's in this PC?
So this one here, as discussed earlier, is an i3 10105. No, sorry, 10100, and we've got a 1650, 16 gigs of RAM, 500 gigabyte NVMe drive, all of that good stuff. Alrighty, well that's looking pretty good. I don't have any cables I need to run behind the motherboard or anything, so just go and put the rest of the screws in quickly here. Oh, we're gonna be missing one screw because the M2 drive is in front of it.
Ew.
That's okay. It's not gonna hurt anything. It's the thing about having 8 screws holding something in. If one of them doesn't survive, the other 7 do the job pretty much just as well. And gravity will also hold it in place, being one of the bottom ones. Go. So now we're just left with 2 SATA cables out the back, and everything else is more or less in place. I might use one zip tie here, but that'll be it. If you've called my builds before, you'll know that I'm not a fan of shitloads of cable ties and stuff like that, because as soon as you have to change anything, it becomes an absolute nightmare to cut all these cable ties away. And then if you go to all the effort to tie it all up nicely, you'll do it once, and then as soon as you have to change anything or replace something, you'll never put it back, because it takes a long time to do. And I mean, they've already given us this space out the back so we can run the cables discreetly. And we've got a couple of SATA cables there. We've got one to plug in down here, but we won't plug it in just yet. Okay. Well, I'm getting ahead of myself. I was about to plug it in. We haven't got the graphics card in though. Righty. So here is the MSI 1650. This is a low profile version of the card. Look at that. So we're going to need slots 1 and 2 for this card.
What's with this tiny IO shield?
Oh, that's the low profile IO shield. See, it's a low profile card.
Ah, yes.
Yeah. Alrighty. So now we can go and plug some stuff in. So no power required for 1650. I think there might be a couple of models that need some power, some of the OC models. But in general, it's not required. Okay, are we ready to give this a go? I think so.
I want to press the button.
You can press the button. Okay, we've got a post. Share the screen when you get a chance. We'll put in the product key later. Yep, that's all good. Yeah. Yep, it's all looking good. Yeah, like the story with the case here, it'll be different to the one on the invoice, because the one on the invoice is like the basic cheap case that I'll put a PC in for someone who's putting it in a location that they're not going to see it or anything like that. But then this one was on special at the same price, and I was just like, ugh, let's just get this one. Looks so much better, and like I was saying, it's better on the flip side of things in 5 years' time when it comes time to sell it. I'm choking on my words. So yeah, when it comes time to sell it, just the fact that it's in this case will make it a little bit easier to sell it. So all gain, no pain, basically. Yeah. Yeah, I thought so. Okay. Let's just speed through this. And see, I never agree to this stuff on your behalf. You can set all that stuff up if you want. Alright, now I'll plug some internet in. I can also plug my SSD in. Yeah. Happy New Year, Mum.
I sent her a message before because I was like, oh, I'm going to send them now before. Yes. I've had a hard time sending messages over like midnight. Everyone in Australia decides to send a message at once.
Yeah. Yep. It's also an hour later down there.
Yes. So it's like 10 down
Alright. And, oh, we got no internet. Excellent.
You're a peasant, Tim.
Yeah, I know. Alright. Let's plug in our Wi-Fi dongle. So I got this little AC 1200 Wi-Fi dongle, and it works. Oh, it should work. It's telling me can't connect to the network. It should just work plug and play on Windows computers. This is why the board's on special, right? No, that's okay. Because we should... What am I doing? It's not having a bar of it, is it? Do I have Intel Pro set? RST, that's not going to help. I will probably have to manually install the driver. Okay. So we're off to a good start here. So this would be really fun if you bought this motherboard and you went to install everything and then you didn't have another computer to go to. So this is a ASRock let's get some stuff. Let's get BIOS. And let's get our LAN driver. Alrighty. So now that we're armed with the LAN driver, where are we? Yeah, I want to run it.
Mr. Walsh, you want to know that GPU is running out as a budget GPU?
Not well. I mean, it's a 1650, so it's a budget GPU. But
It's
the
a
fact
small
that
factor.
the fact that it's small is the fact that it's a low profile card. So there's a different size bracket that we can put on the back of it, basically, which will basically make it fit into like small flat cases, and cases where there's not a lot of that definitely installed. Okay. Here we go. Now we have the internet. Now we can begin our Windows installation. Yeah, it's a bit of fun when you don't have the right drivers, or with the default Windows drivers are not compatible with your motherboard. Oh no, we won't do the BIOS. I've probably got a more up-to-date version. Windows ones should download pretty fast for us. Let's look at our graphics card driver. Alrighty, let's get these going on. And in the meantime, let's get some other software. Oh.
The golden jacket pads.
Oh, nice.
I can also change the loading screen. Crack on right now.
Oh, really?
There's more scrubs around, which is good. All the ones that are closer are pieces of shit.
That should be the last reboot for the ASRock drivers and software. Yep. Sweet as. What else have we got? Got a hard drive in here. Go and set that up. Go, and there's our hard drive. All right, sweet as. So So we'll just get the BIOS updated on it, just so we're running the latest version now before it gets shipped off. Easy for me to do, more complicated for you to do. Okay. It's not playing nicely, eh? Version 1.3. Alright. Excellent. Just the date and time. And this one is up to the Northern Territory. Okay. So we should be looking pretty good. Let's turn off all that annoying shit that starts up automatically. Oh, I know something we haven't installed. Oh, what am I doing? Cronus for Western Digital. So that looks like it's all up to date. Okay, it's Microsoft apps, all the other software. Oh, there's one app. Alright, let's give this another go. Let's see if we can reflash that BIOS. Hopefully it was just getting confused by the folder. Sometimes it does. That instant flash tool is great when it works, sort of thing. I am generally a fan. Look at that. Alrighty, that's looking like it's all ready to go. So, let's run some benchmarks. So I run this one high, max anti-aliasing. Sorry, no anti-aliasing, I should say. Alrighty, so that was heaven there on the out of the box settings. And so now we'll do the Valley benchmark. Do this one, Ultra, Max Anti-Aliasing. Alrighty, so that was Valley there on max settings. And finally we do the superposition one. And for this one we're going to go 720 low, because we do a 4K benchmark on a more high-end card. Because this is a 1650, it's not really designed for 4K gaming, so we'll run 720p low because that's a more realistic use scenario for this card. Alrighty. So now we can do our final stress test, and that'll be it for the night. Oh. I don't think we need to run it for 890 minutes. What's happened here? Okay. So now we just let this run for 90 minutes, make sure nothing's overheating, make sure the fan configuration's adequate in there, and yeah, obviously with this one it's going up to Darwin, so we want to make sure there's a pretty decent variance there with the temps. Not seeing any signs of any issues. All running well under temp. If we need to put another fan on, we'll just chuck another fan on. I've got a whole box of spares, so. Alrighty, well, let's Let's have a look at these comments before I sign off. Brendan's just asked a question. Send it to me in a message, man. I'll have a look for you. No, that looks like pretty much it. I think everyone is off to New Year's Eve parties at this stage, so yeah, we might actually leave that one there. How long have we been live for? A couple of hours. That's pretty good. Oh man, it's so hard to see the screen from back here. There we go, look at that. Made myself bigger. Alright, so thanks everyone for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you all in the new year in the next video.